Okay, Nicole. So tell me why you wanted to be on the call today.
I wanted to be on the call today because I have been diving into human design as a true 1-3 does when they find something that sparks their interest. But also knowing as a projector, like I really struggle with being conditioned to do all day long. And I don't know, I wanted your perspective because I can do all the work that I can do all the searching that I can on my own. And it's only good, like I can search out the things that are going to confirm my own beliefs about my chart, so I will take all of the perspective from everybody basically.
Yeah, I love that awareness, Nicole. Like, I know that basically what I'm reading is just going to reaffirm the beliefs I already have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to acknowledge that.
Mhm.
So when you come to me and you're like, okay, I know this is not how I am designed to be. I am not
Yeah.
designed to go into my business and hustle and do.
Yeah.
Why is this becoming a problem for you?
I get overwhelmed really easily. And I know that I've done a lot of thought work and I can certainly take the stance of, I am capable and I can do all of this stuff and look at me go, right? Like I can take that stance. But also I want to try it a different way. I want to try it as a projector and knowing that I have all of the energy centers except for sacral. Like I know that I have more energy than probably the average projector, but that doesn't mean that I don't need to take care of myself in the process.
Right. So what do you think stopping you from doing it differently and doing it the way you want to do it?
Probably a lot of conditioning, but belief
Okay. But
that,
like, let's just like remove the
right,
speak. Like when you go into
right.
your business and you're like, God, I'm just really overwhelmed. What do you think is the reason that that's there? Why do you think you can't go, well, everyone else says that I need to be doing this
Mhm.
and I just can't. It overwhelms me.
Yeah.
There's like, we're trying to find a bridge there.
Yeah, well, and I know that I have done a lot of coaching work on like not doing it, not needing to do it the way everybody else tells me to. But also I still have this belief that I have this list of things that I want to have done
Yeah.
and that I like it's at this point in my business as a solopreneur, I can't be hiring somebody for everybody or for every little thing that I want done because I'm going to spend more time explaining it than I would to just do it myself.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean, I even tried like hiring somebody on one of the, freelance things to do a couple of graphics for me. And I spent so much time trying to explain what I wanted in these 3 little graphics that like, okay, well,
So what's coming up for me to bring up is, first of all, it shouldn't be taking you a lot of time to be telling somebody what you want as a solopreneur.
yeah,
Right. Because really I don't know where you are as far as income or anything like that into your business, but really the beginning stages, it sounds like in the beginning, are you in the beginning stages?
ish. Yeah. I mean, I've been
Okay.
at it for a while, but really trying to learn how to not do it in a generator way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what I mean by it sounds like
Yeah.
early is like there's not a lot of income yet to like
Right.
go hire the teams to do it for you.
Right. And
Right.
I took the leap. I hired a team to do marketing for me and it didn't produce anything at all, like zero. I had lots of consults, but it was with people who didn't know me. So it was an audience that was not familiar with my work at all. It was just an ad that they saw, they clicked on it, they scheduled, I talked to them, and it was probably part like my capabilities in consults weren't quite on point to make that the only selling point.
Or how well do you know how well do you know the value that you actually bring to people inside and out?
Right. Also that.
Also that.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
that's
mean that
it.
I was in an experimental like in my 3 energy of the like I'm just going to try this and I'm either going to learn or it's going to work, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was good, but it was also like, all right, I'm now getting to the point where my bank account is getting very depleted and I am not seeing any return from that. This is clearly not working. I have to make a different decision and let
Yeah.
that one go.
Okay. So I want to just start with what's really going on. The reason you're really on the call is the bank account's going low.
Yep.
It's not working. I haven't figured it out yet. Now I'm scared. I'm going to get on the call with Danielle and hopefully like she can, right? So under the underlying frequency is, oh shit, it's not working the way the generators told me it would work.
Right. Well, yeah, at one point I was there for sure. I have since
Yeah.
moved on. It's been almost a year now since, not quite that was a lie. It's been several months since I stopped doing that, and I stopped fall of last year. And now I'm sort of in this like consumption mode of learning as much as I can.
Yeah.
Building
So-
that foundation.
Yeah. Consumption mode.
Yeah.
Will keep the 1-3s from actually serving the value that they bring.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a reason that your clients aren't consistently coming. Are they consistent? I just want to ask that. I just want to be sure. Because I don't know.
No, it's inconsistent.
Okay. So you're having inconsistent client. So the client attraction is inconsistent. The efforts you have, the money you have spent in your business has not yielded you the results you thought it would yield you.
Right.
But I guarantee you went in and hired that marketing team because you thought they would do something that you couldn't do.
Correct.
And all marketing is I'm going to tell you exactly what my people need. And I'm going to look and see how you're going to do that and make sure it's on point and on cue. And then I'm just going to pay you to put it on repeat for me. That's all that is. But what I feel like what might've happened is you went in and spent all this money for other people to do it and it didn't work. And now you're like, shit, there's no money left to keep doing it this way. Now the real work starts, Nicole.
Yeah. Right.
And the real work is, how do I convey my value in such a way that people are compelled to get on a call with me? Because that's all it is.
Right.
And as a solopreneur, I'm telling you, projectors can do this too. I don't know if you follow me on the Instagram with my son, Noah, who's a projector. We're going to do an IG live tomorrow in case you want to be on that too. But I'm watching him do it.
Yeah.
And I'm watching how he curates energy for himself. And how he does that is he stays in his zone of genius as much as he can. Now, we're still a very brand new brand, right? So we're doing a lot of it ourselves behind the scenes. But I'm watching him because I have I know all of his chart and I know yours. And I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, I see what he's doing. He's picking and choosing.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, all it is how do I get you on a call with me? I can help you. How can I get you on a call with me? What do you need to hear from me? Right. In more ways than one.
Right.
And that's your marketing.
Yeah.
Now, what I really feel like what might be the issue is you're not recognizing the value that you actually bring. And the way I can pull that out is because you're stuck in consumption mode.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I have come to recognize the value that I can bring. I stumble over how to say it. Like I feel so powerfully that I can bring a lot of value to my clients. And I don't know how to say it in a way that doesn't feel graspy or doesn't feel like.
Okay, I want to stop you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it in a way. So I'm just going to turn it around. Like when you are following me and on my content, my podcast, do you ever feel like I'm graspy or desperate, like anything through my marketing? Does that say, oh, she's desperate for money right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning, when I was desperate for money,
Right.
right. When I was like, how am I going to get money to put in my gas in my car to take my daughter to volleyball?
Yeah.
I still found a way to not ooze that frequency out.
Yeah.
So when you said, I don't know, you basically undermined
Right.
the knowing essence of you,
Yeah.
because your higher self knows. And what's happening, I see it. You're a projector who already knows, Nicole. So anytime you say, I don't know, it's the biggest red flag lie.
Right.
That's why I say it, like, it should be for you. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wait a minute. That's the thing I do when I
Yeah.
forget who the fuck I am.
Right.
That kind of energy.
Well, yeah. And I also get stuck in the, I don't know how to consistently show up. I don't know how to, like, because it's exhausting for me to, like, when it was working, when I booked 30 consults in a month one time, I was exhausted having to show up for all those calls. And if I do that again, that's the only way it worked the first time
Yeah.
around.
The universe is protecting you
Right.
right now. The universe is not sending you the clients because it's exhausting to you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're focusing on all the things you think your business needs, like
Yeah.
marketing and graphics.
Yeah.
Your business doesn't need marketing and graphics. I didn't do branding until my Instagram was shut down. And I was like, well, I ain't doing that game again. I ain't figuring that out. I'm going to hire somebody because I ain't doing that again.
Yeah.
All I did was put a link up and I showed up. And here's the thing about consistency. This is a theme this week. So I'm going to do a whole podcast on it.
Mm-hmm.
So there must be something in the transits or something that's having everybody just kind of cued into the consistency in themselves. The work I want you to do around this is I want you to prove to yourself that you are consistent, because you are.
Yeah.
You are a 1-3. You have gotten through this life proving to yourself how consistent you are. You are consistently showing up every fucking day doing something.
Yeah. Well, and see, I feel like in the past I have done that because there was a how-to guide for, how to get the degree that I wanted, how to, manage how I wanted, like how
Yeah.
to get to that spot. And in entrepreneurship, there is no how-to guide at all. But yeah, I was always following everybody else's instructions for how to get there. And that's brain really freaked out when I started dabbling with the idea of starting a business, because it was like,
how?
Nobody can tell me how, because everybody has a different opinion of how.
Yeah. Yeah. And specifically for you with the open identity, you're
Mhm.
wide open, just like me here.
Yeah.
And we can get sucked into other people's how
Yeah.
very quickly. Very quickly. And it's never our how. It's like the way you use this energy of like, how do I build my business? Like finding the how is I'm sampling how other people are doing it and I'm finding my own
Version.
around that.
Yeah.
You're just, emotional. Yeah. Yeah. And consistency too, what I'm noticing for emotional authorities is like, I don't feel like doing it every day. And you don't have to feel like doing it every day, but what you need to curate and find for yourself in your journey right now is, what aspects of my business do I absolutely love? Right. And this, like, even for non-sacral beings,
Mhm.
I'm watching my son do it. He gets energy from coaching and being on the lives and in certain aspects of behind the scenes stuff. Like I watch him get energy even when he's tired from
Mhm.
doing the shit that he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
So what are those aspects of your business for you right now?
Actively coaching people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you making offers to get people on the phone with you?
Not specifically, no.
Why?
All of my clients so far have come through TikTok, and it's talking about things that I have studied and am presenting, and they click on the link in my bio. And here's where the couple of I kind of just let go of the need for having a call to action, because that was stopping me from getting stuff out there. So now that I get stuff out there, when things take off, I get a couple consults booked without ever saying, hey, you can work with me, without ever saying like, I can help you with that. Like, it's just, here's information that I have. And, let me know if you want to know more. is basically where it's been. And that has booked inconsistent consults for me because I show up inconsistently on social media.
Yeah, because what the real issue is here, is you have shit around money,
Yeah.
right? You have like, you're projecting as a projector, you're projecting your money shit on your fractal line. You assume because you have it, they all have it. That's why you're so worried about how am I going to say it without coming across sleazy and salesy. And that's why I have a thing with calls to action, because like, I'm just nervous about that, because a call to action means you're going to have an exchange of money if that client were to actually move through that.
Right.
So what do you think that's from?
Um, again, I've worked through a lot of that. I just signed a client on Saturday that was the offer that I had chosen and felt really good about it, had no issues whatsoever on the consult. I've been told no by a lot of people as well. And I have kind of taken that in stride, and like, it no longer means anything about me. So again, I've done a lot of work on money stuff. That doesn't mean that it's all done by any stretch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'm not really connecting with what you mean, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Well, with inconsistent clients and money, what's usually happening is there's an emotional frequency that we're reacting to.
Yeah.
So
Probably exhaustion and overwhelm more so than, well, it's probably more hard work. Hard work equals money, and exhausting yourself equals money. It's not that I don't deserve the money. It's not that I don't want the money. It's not that I don't talk about the money. It's that my brain is still thinking that I have to work hard in order to do that. Because the last time I got consistent results for a couple months in a row, I was exhausted with what I was doing.
yeah. What if, and now I'm just going to go here. Like, what if you just got to go into your business, throw a couple of pieces of content out with a call to action? Hey, I can help you. The call to action doesn't need to be like mine that are like, get on the call right now with me. They don't have to be, they could be your version of that.
Yeah.
I can help you. What if that was how easy you can make your business? What does that bring up?
I have tried to embody that over and over again, and I haven't quite figured out how to allow that.
Okay. So what happens? Do you go in and you're like, okay, a couple of days, I'm just going to go in and throw some casual content out there. And then the third day so the reactivity.
And then I stop for a week and a half.
Yeah. So your nervous system threshold is right there.
Yeah.
Like, because literally having it be easy is so uncomfortable for you. It's so uncomfortable. So how can you, no, not how. Okay. So she wants you to basically close your eyes, like go into it right now. We're going to like go in to when you go into your office and you're getting to the point where you're like, it's easy. The nervous system is starting to react. I'm going to just take off for a week. I want you to go there. Where is it at? Where does that feel so uncomfortable in your body? Can you find it?
So you're saying at the point where I think it's easy, or the point where I just put a couple things out?
At the point where your body wants to go, let's just leave the office for a week and a half and not show up again. That point.
I think it happens after I leave the office, because it's like, okay, I've done a couple of things. I've responded to things. Videos are hitting, new followers are coming in. Somebody likes what I'm having to say. And then it's like, oh, I still have a part-time job. So I go to my part-time job and come home and it's like, I don't feel like it right now.
Oh, well, there we go. That's it.
Yeah.
You're exhausted. You're just burnt out. So I thought we were going to go a whole different way, because I thought this was your full-time thing.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, this is a side thing right now. But I cut down to part-time work like over a year ago to build my business, and that hasn't happened in the 2 weekdays off that I have per week. I work 3
Yes.
days a week. So,
Because what you
yeah.
did, Nicole, was you went, I'm going to put all the pressure on myself to make this business work by myself. And it's got to bear the burden of replacing the income that I'm not willing to do that through.
Mhm.
So when you did that, the business was like, I can't even take off. Like that's a lot of pressure and stress.
Yeah.
And then you immediately went into action and hired all the things to get you, instead of doing the work of what is the value that I actually bring to a person,
Mhm.
another human being? What could that look like? How could I help them? And how can I do it again? So you booked 30 of them. The universe was like, yeah, you have a lot of fucking value. Here are all your people.
Yeah.
And then you were like, whoo, I can't do this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that particular month was a lesson in, I need more questions before they can just schedule a call, because half of them didn't show up anyway. But yeah,
That's why I say
I learned a lot.
For projectors specifically, you guys have to do application calls.
Mhm.
And I mean, I know that there's a sales psychology process and all of that. Like, I know that I did it. I learned it inside and out.
Mhm.
And for projectors, it's different. It gets to be easier. And that really messes up your guys' minds, like a lot, because because like literally what we did with Noah's offer was, he was like, I'm not going to get on the call with people like you do, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. And I'm like, oh, why? He's like, because I don't have the energy for that.
Yeah.
Like, they'll find me, they'll come. I'm like, okay. Well, what about email nurturing sequences? And what about, the generator stuff? And he's like, Mom, I'll just show up once a week and the spots will get filled when they get filled. Like, that's fine. I'm like, okay. And it's working. And we even put his price in where it's like, here it is. Once you pay, you get access to his links, you get access to his coaching.
Yeah.
It's just a no fluff coaching.
Yeah.
It can be that easy. He sold it before we even launched it. That was the universe telling us, yes, this is, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm watching you because I'm like, what's her reaction to that? Because it usually blows projectors away. Like, I don't think I could do that, or right. So what's coming up?
My reaction right now is definitely of the like, well, he's not doing it himself. He's advertising through you.
Yeah. 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 Fair. Very fair and true. And it gets to be that easy for projectors.
Right. So how do I do that myself?
Yeah.
Without
you do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You first recognize what it is the value that you are bringing to others. So now when I say that, what comes up?
I'm there. I got it. I struggle sometimes with how to put it into words still, but I know that I can bring value. And I mean, even through looking at my human design, when I read more into my incarnation cross and all that stuff, I was like, this is it. This is me. This is, I know that I push people to an edge and push their buttons, and like, they're either going to hate me forever or it's going to be the best thing that has ever happened to them.
Yeah.
So like that, learning through human design was like what helped me finally put words to what I'm doing.
Yes. But Nicole, if you saw the value that you brought to others, you would be consistently giving it to them. Right. And when you are tired and you are exhausted because you are splitting your energy right now, you would honor yourself and just rest and allow it to be that.
Yeah.
But you came to the call with, it's like a problem, right? That's why we're having the discussion.
Yeah.
So you're holding yourself to this like standard that just isn't you. You're holding yourself to a standard that isn't you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've got a lot of things that I'm doing, and I very intentionally chose to do all the things. I've got a certification that I'm working on outside of coaching. I've got, I'm working with a functional medicine team that I'm a part of. I'm starting my coaching business, finding clients. Like there's a lot of different things that I want to keep. And I don't know that that's what will help me be successful in the long run.
Are any of those things bringing you clients and bringing you money?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to network through those things?
Yes.
Okay. Are they bringing you a lot of joy?
Not specifically, no. Like there's the certification specifically is because like I want to be able to stand on that specific stage and talk to providers.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So the end result is where you're finding the joy.
Right. The process of studying for the certification, not so much.
Yeah. I mean, this is really, because by the way, it sounds exhausting
Yeah.
to me, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm an MG.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was a nurse and I know what all that certification stuff means. Like, wow,
Mhm.
it's a lot for a certain title, recognition, whatever it is that you get.
Right.
And you don't have the physical energy to be available for somebody to get help through you right now.
Mhm.
That's why they're not coming.
Yeah.
Because if you were safe, like the universe saw Nicole as regulated, safe, space in her calendar to help and serve, space, energetic space to help and serve, you would have the clients.
Yeah.
You would also be consistent. But the thing is I want you to reframe your relationship with consistency. Like
Mhm.
we can't be calling ourselves inconsistent because it isn't true.
Yeah.
Even without sacral energy, look at how consistent you are in showing up in your profession, getting the certifications. You're staying consistent with your eye on the prize. You want the thing.
Yeah.
So it isn't true that you're inconsistent.
Yeah.
What is true is you're really hard on yourself for not being further along in your business.
Yeah.
And you're really in a little bit of a victim consciousness around, how am I going to do it all by myself? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of course Noah has my avenue, but of course I would we see it as like divine timing, right? Like it all worked perfectly. So same for you, like those units that you're in, those networks, those people,
Mhm.
of those, who's like, is it the same? Do you coach the same kind of, does it correlate the kind of coaching you offer?
Yes and no. I really like diving into like deep emotional coaching work and like processing emotions and feelings. And I know that in functional medicine, that is what will help people actually change their nutrition and be able to get sleep and to reduce stress in their lives, which will improve their health. So they're correlated, they're not exactly the same. And what I've been doing on social media has been more functional medicine stuff because I was like, all right, I'm just going to let go of the coaching side of things for right now and trying to push myself on that. And I'm going to focus on the certification and I'm going to put stuff out about the certification. And then I started booking consults from that.
So what do you mean you're putting stuff out about a certification?
The studying that I'm doing for it. I'm talking about that on social media,
What
not
is
so
that?
much the functional medicine certification.
So you're talking about like the
Functional
things that you're
medicine.
learning in the
Right.
functional.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And then people started reaching out to me, and through the body of work that I have, through my inconsistently showing up consistently, I have a lot of information out there about the anxiety that I had been through in my life and the emotional turmoil that I had been through. And by just like having that out there for people to see when they get caught by a new video, a new TikTok that I put out there, then it's like, oh, they can look at that. And I'm getting people who want help with functional medicine and anxiety.
Okay.
So like they're merging, and I do use both things in my coaching together depending on the person. So it's not that they're separate things. They're parallel, and they both help with each other.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
What I'm curious about is it's working. First of all, it's working.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see that it's working because you just signed a client. What did you say, 7 days ago?
3 days ago.
Right.
Yeah.
How did that work? How did it, like, let's look at the patterning of how that worked.
How it worked was body of work that I have done. I put a new TikTok up about gallbladders.
No,
lots of people watched it.
That's not what I don't want to know that. I want to know, how were you caring for yourself? How were you treating yourself when you signed that client? Because that's the reason you signed it. You were honoring yourself in some way.
Through, like, in the consult itself, are you saying? Or I'm not sure what you're asking.
What happened was you attracted a fractal line client.
Yeah.
It was easy. It was effortless.
Yep.
It was a yes. You like working with her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason you signed her is because you had done something for yourself. You honored yourself in some way. Do you know what that was? Do you know? You may or may not. But if you had to guess, how did you attract that client?
See, my brain is going immediately to, I put a TikTok up that went somewhat, like, there were tens of thousands of views on it.
Okay. So it went viral.
Yeah.
Where were you at emotionally when you made the TikTok?
Relaxed, just giving information.
Mm-hmm.
Literally no call to action whatsoever. Just, here's information that I have.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Is there anything keeping you from doing it again?
That's where I'll do 2 or 3 in a row, 3 days in a row of content. And then I'm like, I have to go to work.
Take a break.
I have to do all these other things.
Then you take a break and you're done.
Yeah.
And you have to honor yourself through your breaks. You have to be okay that you're a projector and you just need the rest. And you have to trust that the universe is resting you so that when you go back out to make another offer, you're safe for that person to find you.
Yeah.
Was this helpful?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. And doing work on the self-criticism that I have has been a whole journey and a half. So it's sneakier and sneakier all the time.
Yeah, it's layers.
Yeah.
It's layers. For sure. It doesn't matter even how much money you're making. There's always going to be a level of scarcity that you're going to uncover too.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be a victim consciousness that we're layering back and layering back.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I just want you to focus on, how can I honor myself, honor. And then when I feel that urge to go and just share, from that emotionally neutral place,
right,
honor it, do it, share it.
And that's exactly how I have been doing it. And then in the middle part, it's like, well, what's the big deal? Go spend 30 seconds on video, right?
Yeah.
That's where the self-criticism comes back in the in-between.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's sitting next to self-criticism. It's not being like, I hate you. It's just being like, I see you. You're here again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you like to do, because you've kept me safe all these years doing that.
Yeah.
But it's emotionally regulating yourself through that self-criticism. That's going to be a game changer for you.